Today I'm here to discuss the construction of the first phase of the Interstate 5 North Stockton widening high occupancy vehicle lane and pavement reconstruction project, commonly referred to as the I-5 North Stockton project. The department realizes this project is important to the city of Stockton and its citizens, and we are pleased to be here today to give this presentation. Caltrans, in conjunction with the city of Stockton, San Joaquin County, the San Joaquin Council of Governments, and the Federal Highway Administration, has developed a $122.1 million project on Interstate 5 that will best meet the planned growth needs of our city and region while generating needed job opportunities and minimizing impact to the surrounding community. In this presentation, it is our intent to cover the project's purpose, the primary components that will be constructed, how it will be constructed, expected temporary impacts including road closures and detours, impacts to landscape, the project timeline, and our plan for public outreach. The purpose driving this project is to reduce congestion, improve the corridor's mobility, decrease commute times, encourage high occupancy vehicle lane use, reduce the impacts of freeway noise to the adjacent community, and finally, reduce the interstate's maintenance needs and improve operations through replacement of the existing pavement with long life pavement, construction of auxiliary lanes, paving the median, improving the facility's drainage features, and constructing a concrete median barrier. This last bullet is important as it qualified our project for additional state funding through the State Highway Operations and Protection Program. Phase 1 of the I-5 North Stockton project has 5 distinct elements that define its scope. They are to widen the freeway to 8 through lanes from Country Club Boulevard to Hammer Lane, replace all existing pavement with long life pavement, add auxiliary lanes and sound walls between the March Lane and Hammer Lane interchanges, and introduce the first high occupancy vehicle lanes in San Joaquin County from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, previously referred to as Charter Way, to Hammer Lane. The HOV lane will become the lane that will be constructed within the existing median. This slide illustrates the current number of through lanes on I-5. The typical existing condition from Country Club Boulevard north to Hammer Lane is a 6-lane facility with 3 through lanes in each direction. The median is currently open, containing a metal guardrail, shrubs, and/or grasses between the structures. The next 4 slides illustrate how the construction of the project will generally be sequenced or stage constructed. Stage 1, which is currently in construction, will keep traffic in the existing lanes. However, there will be a temporary concrete barrier that separates the construction area from the travel lanes. Stage 1 will construct the median widening of the freeway and bridges. This stage will also construct retaining walls along the northbound outside shoulder between March Lane and Hammer Lane. Construction is estimated to take 1.5 to 2 years. I would be remiss if I didn't ask for your assistance in communicating to your friends and neighbors to slow for the cone zone and to remind them about the move-over law. As you may have heard, Caltrans has lost 3 of our maintenance workers in a period of 90 days. Given the amount of construction that we are going to perform, safety needs to be our #1 priority. Stage 2, which is scheduled to begin in the spring of 2013, will shift the northbound traffic to the newly constructed median. Traffic will be diverted into the median south of the Country Club Boulevard undercrossing and will reconnect to the existing highway just south of the Hammer Lane undercrossing. Access to the on and off ramps will be provided. A little fun fact, an undercrossing is when an interstate or state route crosses over the top of a local road, and a bridge is when an interstate or state route crosses over a water body. 3 travel lanes will remain open in each direction, 3 lanes in the southbound direction, and 3 lanes in the median for the northbound traffic. The existing northbound lanes will be completely rebuilt using long-life concrete pavement, with an estimated 40 years of service life, and the northbound auxiliary lanes will be constructed between March Lane and Hammer Lane, including sound walls. Construction of Stage 2 is estimated to last 1 year. Stage 3, which is scheduled to begin in the spring of 2014, does the exact same thing as Stage 2, except that it shifts the southbound traffic. The southbound traffic will be shifted to the newly constructed median. Traffic will be diverted into the median south of the Country Club Boulevard undercrossing and will reconnect to the existing highway just south of the Hammer Lane undercrossing. Access to the on and off ramps will also be provided. 3 travel lanes will remain open in each direction, 3 lanes in the newly constructed northbound direction for the traffic heading north, and then 3 lanes in the median for the southbound traffic. Construction of Stage 3 is also estimated to last 1 year. Stage 4, beginning in the spring of 2015, will shift the southbound traffic to the newly constructed southbound lanes, construct the median barrier, and perform the final striping for the HOV lanes. Construction of Stage 4 is estimated to take 6 months, meaning that the project is planned to be completed by the fall of 2015. I'd now like to discuss the potential traffic delays that are likely to be experienced during the life of this construction project. This slide gives a very general overview of what can be expected. With respect to local road delays, there will be lane restrictions at 6 local road locations and 3 temporary road closures for the widening of the undercrossings. The temporary closures are necessary for the required framing of the undercrossing median and will create a situation that prevents vehicles from safely passing through the work zone. This condition is anticipated to last up to 6 months. Again, it's the departments, the cities, the counties, and the Council of Governments' primary concern to create a safe working environment for our construction staff and for the traveling public. The lane restrictions and road closures will be discussed in more detail later in this presentation. Noise that residents can expect during construction. Our normal working hours are from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. However, there will be periodic late night work to shift lanes, place temporary barriers, pour new concrete, drive structure piles and waterways, etc. Increased traffic on the approved detour routes will occur in the first stage of construction and will last approximately 6 months. These approved detour routes will be described in a few slides from now. The construction of this project will create freeway conditions that could and more than likely will cause delays, such as narrowed shoulders and through lanes, and then during night work the contractor will be reducing the number of through lanes from the hours of 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. This slide provides the anticipated temporary road closures shown here in the tan background and the lane restrictions shown here in the white background that will be required to perform the undercrossing construction over the local roads. This effort will be performed in the first stage of our project's construction. Caltrans, in conjunction with the San Joaquin Council of Governments, will work very closely with the City of Stockton and the San Joaquin County's Public Works staff to inform motorists of upcoming closures and detour routes. Public information officer outreach efforts have already begun between the City, San Joaquin County, and the San Joaquin Council of Governments via focus meetings, mailers, a web page, and a published public outreach plan. The intent of our collaborative outreach is to build public awareness regarding the project's potential impacts to the traveling public. At a minimum, the temporary road closures and lane restrictions will be disclosed to the public 7 days prior to the actual closure or restriction. However, if it is determined necessary, our public information officers and construction staff will work to accommodate requests for extended periods of notification. This slide and the next slide describe the detours plan for the temporary closure of Brookside Road, River Drive, and Swain Road, where they intersect Interstate 5. As previously stated, these temporary closures and detours are needed for the construction of the additional lanes on the highway as part of Stage 1. The construction techniques necessary to build at these locations will create a situation that prevents vehicles from safely passing through the work zone on the local road. These conditions are anticipated to last for up to 6 months. These closures were discussed with and have been approved by the City of Stockton's and San Joaquin County's Public Works departments. As shown in this slide, Brookside Road's traffic will be detoured to March Lane via Feather River Drive and back to Brookside Road via McGaw Street. River Drive's traffic will be detoured via restriping Plymouth Road to two-way traffic between River Drive and Telegraph Avenue. Again, all of the temporary detours will be disclosed to the public at a minimum 7 days prior to the closure of the local road via changeable message signs placed on the local road, media outreach, and other proven outreach methods. This slide details the detour plan for the Swain Road undercrossing construction. Swain Road's traffic will be detoured to Benjamin Holt Drive via Plymouth Road and back to Swain Road via Grisby Place. In order to construct this 8-lane facility while avoiding impacts to private property, construction of this project will require the removal of trees and associated shrubbery. The removal of this vegetation is necessary to construct the required project elements needed to ensure a safe and sound travelway for the public within existing state-owned right-of-way. The department is currently pursuing an opportunity to alleviate the loss of this vegetation through the submittal of an application for state dollars through a funding source titled the State Transportation Improvement Program Transportation Enhancement Program. This application has been prepared and submitted to Caltrans headquarters for consideration. Our district is requesting approximately $1.3 million to design and construct the landscape project that would include planting vines adjacent to the backs of the sound walls located throughout the project's footprint, and planting evergreen trees and large shrubs to enhance views. Permanent irrigation would be provided for all of the new planting. It's the department's policy that revegetation or planting projects come after the freeway construction. If our proposal is approved, Caltrans will work very closely with the city, the county, San Joaquin Council of Governments, and any other interested stakeholder group to ensure that a collaborative effort is reflected in the final design and construction of this landscape project. This slide describes the construction schedule plan for the project. The contract has been awarded, construction has begun, and we are still targeting the fall of 2015 to complete the project. The Department's Public Information Office, in conjunction with the San Joaquin Council of Governments, the City of Stockton, and the San Joaquin County's Public Information Office, plan to utilize a number of methods of public outreach, such as these listed in the slide, to ensure that the traveling public is kept aware of the status of our project. Focus will be placed on lane closures, detours, etc., and any other special construction item. Thank you very much for providing us this opportunity to present this information to you today. We're all looking forward to completing this much-needed project.